Oh, YouTube. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to do a new game. I'm not going to go pull up the old save file. I think you landed on the planet and then started to strip mine. Gotcha. So, the question we have, do we want to start... Oh, those are scenarios. I don't care about that stuff. I like survival mode. Do we want to start in space or on the... Like, what do we want to do? So, the two different ways we can go is, one, we can start on a planet, do planet things, and maybe launch up to space, and then do space things. Another one is we can start in space and just probably do space things and ignore the planet's existence entirely. Which way do we want to go with this? We don't know the base game or a mod, but have you ever done the apocalypse scenario, whatever it's called? I have not. I don't actually enjoy the scenarios that much. Planet start from space. All right, so we're 50-50. Asteroid Armory? I don't know what some of these are. So star system isn't a bad choice for a start. Escape from Strider. I'm gonna start timing out when you start suggesting mods, and I distinctly say we're not gonna do a mod. All right, start from space. Are we gonna start from space and stay in space forever, or are we gonna only space? Did they get rid of the empty one, where it's just the asteroids? That used to be an option. Yeah, we can go. We'll say Scream 4 because I believe it's the fourth time it's done this. It's not gonna be online multiplayer. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go to advanced. Normally, I play with everything realistic. I do understand that is very, very slow. And a lot of people might not be the biggest fans of that. Oh, yeah. I thought there was... Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought there was one where it's just basically... I don't want the red ship. The star system comes with the planets. You have 1,200 hours in. This game is awesome. Oh yeah, no, I got a bunch of hours. How many hours do I have in this? 612. So not as many. Oh, I know Lone Survivor starts with like no planets, so we could do Lone Survivor as the starting point. I thought there was one where you could like literally have nothing here. Huh. It's fine. I'm getting distracted. It's fine. Almost half the many hours. That's a lot of ship crashes still, I bet. Oh yeah, no, that's absolutely. Yeah, view distance should be fine on things. Sound is arcade, which that all it means is like if there's no atmosphere, you don't hear the sounds half the time, which could be interesting. We could do the meteor showers, which means I'd have to defend myself a little bit from meteors. They end up being more of a nuisance, but we'll do normal. That'll be a non-zero threat. Delete the spawn ship. Auto healing is fine. Show player names. Cargo ships are fine. Destructible blocks are fine. Enable spacesuit respawn. I don't even know what that means. We're gonna turn off the shake because that'll cause people motion sickness. Enable air tightness. Enable oxygen. Random encounters is fine. Enable convert to station. Enable jetpack. Oh man, no jetpack. That's rough. I think I did that once, where I had the jetpack turned off and everything. Enable respawn ships is fine. Enable progression. I forgot they did that. Enable economy. Enable the bounty contracts. Enable the well systems. You have no idea you could even make the world with jetpack off. That sounds hard. It is. You have to be extremely careful about where you walk, because your character will like go around corners just fine, but you have to be extremely careful about where you walk or move. You also have to like build yourself scaffolding and stuff to get around there. Yes, I think we're good with all those settings there. Backup saves are fine. That's all fine. Max blocks per player and all that won't matter. NPCs won't matter. Max objects is fine. Day duration is fine. Sun rotation is fine. We're playing by ourselves, so cooldown isn't that important. I'm not going to cheese it and do all that. We could do an Armageddon run. We'll do an Armageddon run. That's what we'll do. So we're doing an Armageddon run. So we'll say, you know, stream Armageddon. So for those who don't know what's going to happen is we will constantly be bombarded by meteors. Now, I don't know if it still works this way because I haven't played this game in any real consistency over the years, but when you're playing the base game, the way it used to work is the meteors would always come from the direction of the sun. Those are all drop pods. Do I not get a spaceship? Am I for... Alright, we'll exit the main menu and we'll remake the game. Because apparently starting on the solar system start forces you to start on the planet. Cool, game. Hi. Why are you so loud all of a sudden? Could you... Oh yeah, I remember. They still have this bug in the game after all these years? There is a bug that's been in this game since like the beginning, where when you exit out of the game, like a game you've had save, it forgets your audio settings until you open up the screen. And even if you don't change anything, it'll remember. Man, space engineers, for all the amazing stuff you do, it is really painful sometimes how bad you are about stuff like that. So yeah, so we can start with the lone survivor. That'll be fine. We'll have to go to advanced first. Shouldn't take me but a minute. We'll leave all that the way it is. That's fine. Where is hostility? There you go. Armageddon. We don't care about any of this stuff. I don't think it changed anything down here. I don't really care. It's fine. Oh, enable economy features? Yeah, I'll enable economy features here. Good enough. Stream Armageddon. Yeah, what this means is we're going to get pelted and bombarded by asteroids regularly. And that's going to actually be a real big problem with this start here. So when we start, we've got a bunch of stuff going on here. It's been so long. I need to remember the buttons for half this. Where was the button for pulling up? That dampers off jetpack. I remember it's up here somewhere that we access our inventory. So I'm not trying to set that part of inventory. I'm trying to remember the spot where we go to our inventory and I can actually put stuff on my toolbar. Because I need to do that. Oh, it is. It just started me on the wrong thing. There we go. We're fine. Alright. So, we've got a refinery here. We're going to put ore in there, and it will smash it up to give me stuff. We got a reactor. It gives us power. We've got a cargo container, which... okay. Which has a bunch of stuff in it for me. So we've got our air in that. I've got a gun. We're not going to need the gun yet. We're going to put it away. We've got our medical center to help us keep not dead. We've got, I believe, yeah, it's the O2 generator back there. And we've got a conveyor system moves it. And the thing that gives us gravity. And this is so you can just build ships. Alright, so. The first thing I'm going to do, which is not a great use of time, is we're going to look for any kind of material that's useful. And get that going. Or was it F to pick up stuff? Alright, you'll see the bar in the middle and the bottom of the screen. That tells me how much stuff I've got in my inventory weight-wise. When it's full, it's full. Lost track where I started to dig in. Part of the reason I want to make sure I'm digging in the same spot is just so I can, just so I can turn around and, it's gonna take me a while. I forgot how all these controls... That was just stone, that's fine. It'll still give me some of the stuff I need. One of the things we have to find pretty early on is I'm going to need to find uranium. We're gonna try zip around just a little bit. You gotta be careful because I can actually slap myself into the rock really hard and make myself unalive. So we got uranium over here. I believe the starting meteor always has uranium on this one. That's the reason I wanted the random asteroids, as opposed to this one is a set asteroid. But, like I said, it used to be a whole thing in the game that you could choose a start where it just drops you in the middle of space. It's like, figure it out, you just have your little ship. And you gotta zip around. That's actually what I wanted to do, but... Alright, that's definitely some kind of ore. Alright, so we've got all that. Was that actually uranium? Alright. But later on, we'll get a ship to do this for us, so we don't have to sit here and get in with this drill ourselves. There we go. We should have a nice little pile of stuff showing up here, or it'll be spilling out the outside. It's fine either way, actually. I don't really care. Alright. Alright, so you can go ahead and drop this in here. So we did get some uranium, so that means we at least have power coming in. But what we'll ultimately end up doing is we'll want to make a ship. And it's going to be important early on. This is actually a run I can get myself in deep trouble really fast. And the way you end up with that is just by the nature of the fact that we are going to have asteroids pelting us, and they will ultimately kill us. Alright. Hey, the very last Lardine. Sorry, you already popped in. I'm reading names and thinking things. Oh wait, you don't go in there. You go into the oxygen thing. Welcome in, Portis. My bad. You can drop that in there. It'll automatically be pulled into the oxygen maker. Top that off. And also, I forgot to welcome everyone in. So welcome in a Night Dweller, Ionek, getting the first. Izam, It's Just Jess. Simon Cognito, who also grabbed a 15 stream streak, so thank you so much for that support. Donkey Duff, and who else do we have? The very last Lardine, Burning Sun, Zoe's Side, Proger, JD2V0 as well. I think we got almost everyone. Dark Dragos, Zimbo Man, Pige Cat, and are we missing anyone else? I think, oh, and S2D Vitez, as well as Bodine Chungus. Welcome in, everyone. It's good seeing you. But, yeah. So, the big thing is, since we did put this on Armageddon, now, if the rules still work the way it used to for the meteors, they should come from the direction of the sun. So, right now, you can go, ha ha ha, I'm in danger. Because that's what's going on. Alright, can I turn that shake off? Because that is some real aggressive shake. I think it was in the game settings. I think we had changed for our world settings. Can you only turn off the shake at the very beginning? Is that actually the way this works? Is I cannot turn off screen shake on the tools at this phase?
Thank you, Heechar, for subscribing for 2 months. I offer my Bezos sub for pronouncing my name correctly. Thank you for warm welcome. Less than 3 loved the zomboid stuff.
Thank you, Scott. For the Prime Gaming sub, I really do appreciate that, and I'm glad I got it right. Can I not turn off the screen shake here? And I'm glad I got it right. So thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. As a reminder, we're doing a thing right now that every single time that I get a sub in the channel, that I go and I add a piece to the Lego kit we're working on. So here's the next piece, snap it in there. What is the kit? That's something you get to figure out when we get enough pieces on there. So we got that one. I'll turn that page because that's the last of that step. But yes, thank you so much. You get yourself some nice advertising, free viewing, as well as access to the emotes and all that good stuff.
Bits 2, if I recall.
Yep, and every time I get 100 biddies, so thank you so much for the 100 biddies. And triggering that hype train. For someone who's played this for a while, can I turn off the screen shake inside the game? So there's your second Lego piece on there. Am I able to turn off the screen shake on the tools inside the game? Because that is straight up a bad time. I understand there's a certain realism and yada yada yada, but we do have a lot of people who deal with stuff like motion sickness and all that kind of stuff in the game, or in gaming and all that, that very much frequent the channel. And so usually we'll turn off screen shake if it's aggressive, and that was aggressive. I guess we're just having to start over. Alright, do not let me forget. Apparently you can't turn it off in-game, so we're going to save. Yeah, no, the problem is it was a game setting, like when you open up the game, but now that I'm in here, I can't change it. Which is such a bizarre thing to be like a world setting going, no, 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 no. You want to play my multiplayer game, you have to play. Because I can't change the world settings here, can I? Edit settings, yes you can. That's right. Under advanced. Okay, so we just had to exit out. So where was the tool screen shake? Because it is very aggressive. Enable tool screen shake. Boom, gone. Get it out of here. And load. Okay, so at least we didn't have to like just start over, even though we're only a couple minutes in. Oh, lovely. So there is absolutely nothing I can do about this meteor storm. We either make it or we don't. Here it comes, chat. Okay, so it does seem to still be following the rules that it comes from the sun. Well, there's not much I can do about it. I kind of want... If we kill ourselves, will it let me get the spawn ship? Here, we could find out. I gotta disable this first, or we'll just respawn here. And then there's a button to open my helmet. Because I'd like the spawn ship instead. I don't want to sit here and deal with the pad. Because like I said, the start I wanted is where you start with your little spawn ship. It's got just the bare minimums to survive. Then, you know, you fly to an area, you get a bunch of material, you start building out more stuff, and you go to the next spot kind of thing. The pad's fine. I've done the pad start. Oh, it's where you mouse over. Okay. Respawn. Yeah, so this one, you got yourself a little ship. It's got your bare necessities. Nothing more, nothing less. Trying to remember. There we are, dampeners off. It's so long, I have to remember all controls. It'll take a moment. Yeah, no, in this particular case, it looked like the meteor storm came in and didn't do a whole lot. In this particular case, I wanted to get this ship because I'd rather be able to move around and have like myself stuck to some little pad. Alright. Another thing we're gonna do is... I believe we could turn that off. Because I don't really need to pressurize this area. There we go. It's taking me a hot minute to remember all the controls. Okay. Let's try and get any type of materials real fast. But the reason I put ourselves in the shadow of the asteroid is that will protect us from that. So the big kind of snafu you run into with the meteors is they only strike from the direction of the sun, which means if you're using solar panels and you don't have guns to defend them, your ship gets trashed. You know, on the other hand, if you put yourself someplace safe, you have to manage power always. So we got nickel here. Let's go ahead and grab some of that. It's still shaking violently. I guess we just have to live with it, unfortunately. All games that exist, it's okay to have screen shake. You should also have an off button. Okay. What we'll do pretty early on is we're going to add the drill to this ship. That's the O2 generator. I'm trying to remember, because this one has the oxygen tank thing. It can only handle certain ores, and it's a very limited one. Pretty sure uranium is on the list. More nickel. Alright. Not feeling too enthused about what we're finding on this asteroid. Sometimes you get some that are like pretty lame and limited, and other times you find some with lots of goodies. Yeah, it looks like we just got a lot of nickel on this one. That happens. Alright, so let's go to a respawn ship. Alright. Let's go find ourselves another piece of debris. Thinking that one. One thing I should also do, if you can remember the buttons for this too. That's actually like one of the big negatives about this game is just remembering all your commands. So there. Nickel. Alright. Hey, Infinity Simplex, how's it going? They're just making our way to their next area. We'll need to get out of the sun as soon as we can. What is that icon? Oh, base lone saver. Okay, so we got a military ship coming by. That is a mine layer. We also have an unknown signal. The unknown signals will give you random good stuff. I'm not going to go after it right now because I want to get out of the light. We're definitely not going after the mine layer. Stream's going pretty good so far. Been quite a while since I played some Space Engineers. Alright. So one of the things we'll definitely want to try and get early on, not early on, but once we're established, is we want to switch up what we've got set up. We'll go over here. We'll switch what we've got set up. That way we can get some sentry guns going to protect us from the asteroids. And just like before, with the meteors turned up, we want to get in the shade. As long as we're in the shade, we should be safe from being bombarded by asteroids. So any exciting materials in here? Not looking like it. It's more nickel. Okay, so we'll go here real fast. We'll go, not this, go GPS. New signal from current position. Eventually we'll stop doing that for most materials. But at the beginning, you never know what you're going to need a lot more of. But we need ice, we need uranium, and then we need, like, basic materials that we can do anything with. Got cobalt over here. We'll also later, get a sensor that'll be able to deal with that much easier. Go ahead and grab a stack of that while we're here. Alright, so we've got that. We can drop you off. I believe I can actually put up straight up stone in there. I don't really want to go that route if I don't have to. Not until I've got my power secured. Because we're on borrowed time right now. If I don't find a source of fuel, then it goes real bad real fast. I do see we keep having the red signal there. Which can be a pirate ship that is active in a threat. It could be a pirate ship that is playing, playing possum, trying to make itself look weak and vulnerable. More nickel. More cobalt. Nickel. Nickel. Yeah, it's looking like it's a bust. Alright, so we're just gonna let ourselves drift over this way. We're gonna turn off our light, because that actually increases your power consumption. And check the next asteroid over and see what we see. Just turn off our dampeners and just drift. But we want to try and find uranium early on. Like, we want all the ores. Another thing we also want to do is we'll want to go on our ship and start tearing pieces off of it. And we'll want to rebuild our ship, because I do believe in the world settings we have where the respawn ship disappears after a while. Maybe I should turn that off. The only reason you turn that on is so you don't have people who do the cheesy thing where they'll go, oh, I need supplies. They'll get their ship, they'll mark the spot, they'll die, and then they'll turn around and, like, respawn, go back to the same spot, and they'll die, and they'll get, like, a bunch of ships together, and they'll take them all apart. But I'm not going to do that. So it does look like whatever the pirate thing is right there. So kind of where we're heading. So we'll check it out. If it's actually dangerous, there's a good chance we die here because I didn't bring a gun or anything. If I can get under the guns, if it is active, you can also just get at it with a grinder real fast as long as you can get ahead of the guns. It all depends on what you're actually going after. Turn our light back on. Alright, there is debris by it, so we might get lucky and have an actually damaged one. Question is, does it still have a good gun on it that's going to shoot at me when I get too close? That's the reason I'm just zipping past. It does have a gun, but doesn't seem to be working. Don't care about losing my reputation with the pirates. They would shoot at me anyways. Alright, you know what we're doing? We're going and taking all this stuff. Okay. Yeah, so you got some battery power in here. Okay, so what we're going to quickly do is I'm going to go here, GPS, mark the current position, pirate wreck. Let's go get our ship real fast and bring it on over. Because I can bring that over and see what we can do with that. Very last 13, cashing in a 60 stream streak, 6-0. So thank you so much for continuing to tune in for all of these streams. That is such a long time. I really do appreciate it. It does mean a whole heck of a lot. And I do hope you've been enjoying the stream and all that stuff. And congratulations on your extra 450 points. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our ship. We're going to go to this pirate ship. We're going to start tearing it apart. And doing what we can with that. It might even be the reverse. Well, no. I would say it might be the reverse. We'll use the pirate ship as the ship we build off of, because I think I have respawn ships set to despawn. So I do need to rebuild our ship at some point as a brand new ship. Which this might not be a bad point, because I can tear apart that pirate ship, start building something with that, and go from there. The catch is, the pirate ship has batteries. I can't take the batteries out. You have to destroy the batteries in order to move them. And when you do, you get scrap back versus its more valuable materials. Alright. So, the first pirate wreck we found was a pirate wreck, because sometimes you'll get that mayday signal from the pirates, and you'll pull up, it'll be a perfectly working ship. And he'll just open fire on you, and you're like, oh, I see. Yeah, so we'll start cannibalizing the ships and doing all that sort of stuff. The big thing is, once I start tearing off parts off of our respawn ship to the point that it's immobilized, I have to do basically what I did right there, which is, I pointed the character in a direction, I let them drift. To go find uranium and whatnot. That's okay. The sun had also repositioned such that we were in the sunlight. So I was going to want to move anyways. I remember what the button was. Turn everything off. Oh, it was up here somewhere. There we go. Because that saves me power. So I got to speed, and now we're just adrift. But yeah, for those who didn't hear at the beginning of the stream, like I've been doing with the Farming Simulator run on the stream, I actually have a properly edited up video. It's a completely new Farming Simulator Survivor Man Challenge, a different map and everything I've been putting on YouTube. Just trying to basically boost up the other platforms I'm streaming on and all that kind of stuff. Trying to build up the audience as best we can. It's been very good for us to be streaming on a lot of different platforms. For those who don't know, I am streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. That we've actually been getting a lot of people who've been popping over onto Twitch from TikTok, because we're over there and people hang out for a while, and that's like, oh wait, you could do so much more on Twitch with when I say Twitch interaction, it's not where people throw bits and then they kill my character and stuff like that, but more so Twitch interaction as in having meaningful conversation and whatnot. That all goes a whole big way. All right. So just gonna take us a minute to go between. You can pay bits to kill you? Not without Twitch integration. That's the thing that happens when you do like when I was doing Project Zomboid with oh, what is it called? Troublemaker. that Twitch integration, you could very directly, effectively kill my character using bits. Because what would end up happening is you'd spawn like 100 zombies on me, and the chance of me getting away with it if you timed it right were low. Like if I was inside a building and you did it, you know, you're just trapped in there. It can be fun. There's a balance to be had with it. But I do that very rarely because it is very frenetic, which doesn't super well align with the type of content I normally do. And one of the big value prospects I have for the channel is like the whole relaxing at the end of the day, that kind of stuff. And very much that style of play goes the opposite direction. Oh, absolutely. It is cozy times. I know I could have gone way faster. I'm trying to be very conservative with our power until we lock in uranium. Because this is a way you can get yourself screwed in these kind of runs. I've done it not a long time where you would zip around a whole bunch and then realize you don't have your fuel locked in, and just you run out of energy and then you're doomed. Because if you run out of energy and you don't have a means of getting more, because like if I get uranium and I'm out of our power already, it doesn't matter. I've got a bunch of stone that can be converted into uranium for fuel, but then I can't pay, like I don't have the money to actually facilitate that. Alright, so there's not a lot of room for me to hide my ship behind an asteroid over here. Turn our ship back on. Like I said, that's just me trying my best to at least shield ourselves a little bit from the, you know what, just leave those open. As me just trying to shield myself a little bit from the, where'd you go? Here's somewhere. There you are. From the other stuff. Okay, so you, sir, are coming apart. You forgot how good this game is, but the achievement hunting resulted in big burnout for you. So when I first started playing, I don't think they had achievements. I think those came later. I actually have a gravity engine in here. Well, not a gravity engine. Alright. Okay. Is there another door? Man, you are a weird ship. Okay. So what we're gonna start doing, because I know I need to do this. Was it G? It was G. No, it wasn't. What was the button to start a brand new ship? I was just accidentally peeking off my helmet for just a second. Don't worry about it. Oh, we need to get air. Man. That is like one of the things. There's so many buttons for this game. They have to sit there and be like, what was the button for this? What was the button for that? Alright. That was down along here somewhere. Oh, was it down there or was it up here? No. Well, that's the thing. It used to be a button that you would choose here, and then when you did it... I mean, actually, what am I doing? I think I could just build in space. But it used to be a separate thing. You'd hit a button, it would lay down like the first stuff. Alright, so we're going to try and put this in the shadow as best we can. So I've got first random block. I feel like the volume's a little loud for the game. No. Oh, are you not getting game sound at all? You aren't. No one told me this whole time you're not been getting game sound. Give me 2 seconds. That is on me. I wasn't watching my equalizer. I was like, man, this feels a little bit on the loud side. And I was gonna ask everyone else, like, hey, is this a little bit loud for all of you? And then I was like, oh wait, the game sound isn't coming through. Give me a moment. I probably got to do a restart in the game. Yeah. Alright, give me 2 seconds. I gotta restart the game. So my apologies. That's just the thing that happens. That was, I didn't think about it because I had that game set up in the past, but a while back, I accidentally hit the button that resets all your audio devices in Windows. Come on, game. Come on, you can finish running. There you go. Just takes a minute to finish what it's doing. But yeah. It's just one of those things that, you know, it can, 10th anniversary update. Space Engineers is 10 years old. And I was like, no! Yep, it came out in 2013. Alright, so we're not going to build a bunch of fancy things yet. The first thing we need to do... So we do have a bunch of stuff that's locked behind a bunch of other things. So one of the first things we need to build is our survival kit, I believe, is one of the most important first ones. Okay. The pirate faction's just getting mad. Like, you're taking apart our things. I don't care at all. The pirate faction, I can't remember if eventually you can become buddies with them. But it's not something I've achieved. Look, man. They're getting mad about us scratching their table. It's a really nice table. How would they even know it's you? I mean, one could argue that they have this antenna that's telling them the whole time. Let's see if I take apart the antenna if it stops. Nope. I didn't think it would. It's just game mechanics. To punish you for stealing things. But when you're stealing from the people who shoot at you, I mean, who really cares? Alright, so we can add more onto here. So we have the survival kit. We'll need the basic refinery and the basic assembler. And grab the cargo container. I believe that can go here. That's gonna need our parts. So we can go and grab... Oh, that's annoying. So the basic assembler's door is on the same side as the control. That's fine. All those parts are being boogers about it. So what problem I'm gonna run into is I'm eventually gonna fill that up. All right. Okay. So start getting the cargo container online. Alright, so I need steel plates I don't have yet. That's fine. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and start placing a bunch of different stuff. So the reason I don't actually care if the door is blocked on the cargo container is because the door is blocked to the cargo container, but it's facing towards another thing. I can just go through the UI and do it. No, I need to get air. One thing we're doing to make this easier. We're not going around anymore. I'm going straight to the source for my air. They're proud table-loving people. Well, yeah, I mean, you know how people are about their tables. We've all seen RimWorld. And eventually when we get our ship, we'll put a grinder on the front of the ship. And with stuff like this, we'll just straight up grind the ship to bits. Go ahead and turn that beacon off real fast, don't mind me. But the fun fact, the first spacewalk, the door cold welded itself in the open position. It had to bend and force it closed. See, when you grind the lockers open, do you get the stuff inside? Yes. The stuff inside will fall out. So I still need the refinery. Oh, we found the Gatling ammo. We still need a refinery to be put on there. And we still need... Where's the... There you are. We still need a refinery to be put on there. And we still need the, like, a power source. So there's your oxygen thing. Yeah, gravity. Wasn't there another door over here? I was like, oh yeah, that's another spot we can go in. This is a wild ship with how many doors they have going in and out of it. Okay. There, I believe we've cut this place apart. We can get into pretty much anywhere we want. Goodbye, random tools I don't actually need. They're like, ah, you're killing the plants, man. There's no need for it. There's just no need for it. Tom was really happy about their garden. Designed for boarding parties. All right. Grab ourselves some casual rockets. Okay. All right, medium storm inbound. So let's go ahead. I mean, honestly, we're just gonna have to take our chances. Because I was gonna say, let's just get behind there, and I'm like, well, the ship I'm building is fully exposed, so they don't like target your ship. They kind of just target in your area. You may or may not get hit. You may not get hit a lot. All right. Where are we? A lot of people I know, when they play, they give yourself like ridiculous amounts of inventory, which is fair. They don't mean that in a bad way. Alright, survival kit is built. So cool. Do I have spare metal plates? No, I don't. Okay. You still can't decide if you prefer this or Imperium. Well, that's the beauty of it. You don't actually have to have one that you prefer one or the other. They can both fill, fill different gaps or whatever you want, need, whatever. Alright, so time to stop worrying about grabbing anything specific. We're just chopping it all apart now. Oh no, if you're wondering why it fell, there's a gravity generator on the ship. I know cats like space. I hope it has to do something where we're gonna knock stuff off tables and it just floats there, as opposed to falling in the floor, which is what cats truly desire. Okay. Actually, we can turn it like this. Because it's a vacuum. Dogs agree with this. Dogs and cats may not agree on many things, but they both agree the vacuum is the enemy and the human should not trust it. Unless it's a Roomba, at which point then cats agree it's a surfboard. Oh, it's a timer block. Oh yeah, to turn on and off the signal, that would make sense.
Inventory full.
I need to find a couple metal grids and some motors. All right. So I have noticed we stopped taking reputation penalties from the pirates now I'm telling apart. All right. It's so easy to get yourself turned around. There's a reason why you almost need a beacon on your ship. And this will be the basic basic refinery online. It might be enough ship functionality was removed to not be theirs anymore. This is true. I actually don't know what the rules are, but I usually don't have to worry about it because I'm usually not trying to, like, shred everything. Okay, so the next thing we need is we do need a reactor. A firework launcher. Excellent. Where are you, reactor? So there's the ore detector. That'd be nice, but that's the later thing. We have the drill. That'll be nice later. Store, ATM, vending machine, oxygen farm. I mean, we'll need that as well, so... The H2O generator.
Energy low.
It's okay. Oh, wait. I have plates? Oh, wait, we already did the plates. Okay. That's fine.
Meteor storm inbound.
No meteor storm inbound, please. Could you not? I'm just waiting for the inevitable, like, boom, of just getting slammed by a meteor. And when it happens, it'll be terrible. Alright, so far we've been lucky that the meteors haven't hit anywhere near us. Another interesting thing about the meteors is when they strike stuff, like the rocks and all that, they actually will leave high-value ore. Little teeny tiny bits of it. And let's just not fall into space. Okay. And give me just a moment. Second chat. Sorry about that. Alright. We're trying to peel off as much as possible with this. Like I said, the early game, this will be a thing that takes us a little while. What'll end up happening later in the game is I'll end up getting like grinders and mining pieces and all that on my ships that I usually don't actually go hunting wrecks that very often. I usually prefer just like outfitting my ship heavily with being able to like do lots of industrial with ore. But we can't do that yet. So we are taking what we can get. The whole waste not, want not thing. Alright, so we were looking for the reactor when it complained about power. Oh no, we had the O2 generator. What do you need? You need steel plates, so you should be able to connect. Alright. And I'm not building these like with any orientation specifically in mind. I'm literally just going, where's there a door that I can connect the other doors to? And just making the most of it. Now, one of the big catches is going to be when I go to set up the reactor. Where is the reactor? We've got our solar panel here. Oh, I see. I literally, okay, that's actually a problem. So how the heck do I get the reactor in here? The reactor is locked behind the regular refinery. Oh. That's not my favorite. Okay. So what this means, we have to slap a regular refinery on here, just on the outside there, to count as being built. So I could then turn around and... It doesn't actually matter where I slap it. That's actually a big... I forgot about that whole thing. So yeah, so I need to... go here. So I don't actually care about building that. Like, beyond just building it and then, like, it can tear it apart again. But I have to build it to unlock the... reactor. Which will be an absolute must for us. I wonder if that means that the regular, like, little refinery thing can't handle uranium, is why that is. Well, it does mean I could handle solar. Which would not be ideal for this particular run. If I have to do it, I have to do it, but I would need to manufacture those. That is honestly a really big problem. We're going to keep going with what we got, but I'm going to probably have to source enough materials to make a solar panel happen. The good news, there's going to be no shortage of steel plate in here. Which is kind of one of the big costs of the big reactor. Alright. That's getting pretty full pretty fast. That'll be a problem for us very soon. Wait, never mind. I already have a cargo can on my not yet finished ship. Never mind. Okay. Alright. I can't remember. Did we have on here? I don't think. Yeah, so we can't actually disassemble things on here. That's the things we're gonna need the assembler for, is to disassemble a bunch of stuff into their base material so that we can make them into other things. I forgot how much the progression changed the entire play then. Yep, meteor storm inbound. Don't like it. Can't do anything about it. Those are actually pretty close. Those are really close. I heard one hit. I heard another hit. I don't know if it's hitting our stuff or it's just hitting the rock, but something's getting hit. So how are you doing? Alright, no obvious damage to the respawn ship. Alright. Hey, Dr. Sean. Feeling pretty good so far. We're trying to not die in Armageddon mode, while being fully exposed to the wrath of the asteroids while trying to get our starting ship sewing up. I'm getting myself so disoriented every other time I do this. There you are. What do you see? The oxygen generator. Oh, you have an oxygen tank and an oxygen generator. That's fair. Let's see. Do you remember Bacon's being able to be set colors, or that was a mod? I think you could set the new colors. I don't know that for sure, but I feel like that was something I remember doing. Alright, so we've got a pretty good number done to that pirate ship so far. Okay. You never watched this game? It's just free roam. Do you kind of do your own thing? Yeah, no, it's open world, so you can just kind of do whatever you want with it. You can make it as ridiculous one way or the other as you want. You can make it as chill as you want. So in some ways, ours isn't actually that sweaty difficult. In other ways, we do have a couple of settings that are rough. The big problem setting that we're dealing with. What is our inventory? Oh, it's just all that. Let's just drop it off. The big problem we have that we got to worry about is I have the asteroids turned on. Or sorry, not the asteroids, the meteors turned on. And so periodically we'll have waves of meteors will go by, and I either need to put my ship like behind cover of asteroids or whatever, or I need to have weapons to fight them off. And right at the beginning of the game, so I don't have either of those things. So each time they come by, I'm just waiting to hear the crunch and a big chunk of my ship to come off or whatever. They'll, like, if we take a hit, it'll do some serious damage. But we found this pirate shipwreck, and we're trying to, like, quickly cannibalize all the materials we can out of it. Because technically the ship I started with is a respawn ship, and my settings will make it disappear. I was pretty sure that even without asteroids, you still get the unknown signals. Alright. Are you sticking to space or planets at all? I'll probably be doing space. The last time I played, we played a good chunk of it on the planet. So at the beginning of stream, I asked what people wanted to see. And we had, it's like one person for on the planet, and it was like 2 or 3 for space. Can you harvest the respawn chip? Oh yeah, we will. Alright. But we can also get a giant grinder for our ship later. It's just we don't have that materials. So in the future, if I found a wreck like this, I could just put a grinder on the front of my ship and just slowly work it across the ship, and it would just disassemble the whole ship little by little. And you could like get pretty ridiculous. We have like a whole wall of grinders, so once you take out a ship's defense, you can just slowly consume the entire ship into your inventory. Hey, look. But that's an elite grinder. I remember how to put that in my bar. I should have done that first. It was here somewhere, right? There we go, character tools. Okay, so put that in place of the grinder. So we got ourselves a better grinder from the pirate ship. That's neat. It's also hot pink, so you know it's clearly better than what we had before. Not even memeing. It's definitely the better of the two. Let's see, hinges are really fun. Until they start mega wobbling. I think it improved over the years. Oh yeah, no, back in the day, not even the hinges, the where you could connect multiple ships together. That used to be real dicey. Hey, pirate ship, I need you to not show up. There's nothing to see here. The ship was definitely this way when I got here. Hey, like, don't come my way, alright? We can be cool, we can be friends. I'm minding my own business, you mind your own business. And no one needs to die. And I'm not just saying that because I'm basically defenseless right now. Have I ever played Deep Rock Galactic? Yeah, just a little bit. It's a fun game. I just didn't have a group of people I was able to play with at the time. And it's very much oriented towards team play. To me, it's like, it hits the same thing as like Left 4 Dead. It's just instead zombies. You swap the zombies for bug things. But, you know, it's the whole show up in map, do your thing, have the, oh god, they're everywhere, repeat. Which there's nothing wrong with that formula. Alright. Quit getting closer. We've got this enemy pirate ship. I mean, it's a pirate ship, so it's always an enemy. We've got this pirate ship showing up. It's a mining ship, to be clear. But it does have... normally it will have some pretty decent defenses. And it is just closing in, and I can't really move my stuff out of the way because this thing's not mobile yet. If it starts to get way too close, I'll have to do the whole thing where I try to rush it with the grinder, get past its guns, and then just grind away something important. You know, grind away the reactor, grind away the attachment point for the weapons or whatever. Yeah, it's just closing in. It's heading this way. The question is, will it get so close that it gets in range? That is the mystery. It's closing fast. Alright, so I don't remember what the range is on the, those ships before it becomes a real problem. I have a feeling if it definitely gets within, like, 3 kilometers, it has to die. But I don't know if that's waiting till it's too late kind of thing. Okay, so it's not coming at us, it's going across. So we're okay. It should be far enough away, it shouldn't send drones or anything like that at us. You're just waiting on metal grids. You're waiting on computers. That's the last load I'm going to be able to put in there. Okay, it's starting to get away. Cool. Yeah, so you just need grids. You need computers. We still need the reactor, which I can't get until we get the next blocks on there. We're not going to get what we need for an ore detector yet, as much as I'd like one. So I guess the next move, so far as things to build in here, it's just interesting how many things we just don't have access to. Got the landing gear. Like, there's a lot of things I expect to have access to even at this point that are just not available. It's probably basically like won't have access to most of that until later. Yeah, it's fine. We'll have to start throwing this in here though. We are full up in the other ship. And you're getting close to being fully disassembled. I also observed this ship has no engines. Okay. Okay. And
Inventory full.
there again, unknown signal there. Alright. You remember what's the despawn distance for your spawn ship? I thought there was a distance and time component to it. But no, I don't remember what it was. I figured there's probably a couple of those I accidentally touched in there. Alright, so 13 more computers and then that'll be online. So do we have the little refinery? Yes, we got the basic refinery. I didn't line up your doors, did I? You may be lined up by accident. I think it is lined up. I'm pretty sure this is where the door is over here. Well, no, on this side. Yeah, so it's lined up by accident, so that's perfect. Because what that means, I don't actually need you. I'll leave it there, but it does mean I already have a refinery, so we are set. But the basic refinery...
Inbound.
Oh, don't slap me. I'm getting really close to having the basics set up. Keep losing track of that pirate ship. There you are. Alright, that one looks like it might not be nearby. There's more, yeah, there's more debris.
Full.
Goodbye, Iron Plate. I'll never see you again. Nothing wrong with the redundancy? Yeah, well, and the littler one does better with like just basic ore kind of stuff, like stone. So it lets me put all the more expensive and exotic materials in the big one, and all like the little nonsense we just want it to pick away at slowly. I just let it pick away at slowly without having to worry. All right. Goodbye, internal plate that I don't really care about. I could be more careful, but I won't. Alright. Let's also see if we had any metal grids in here. We do actually have quite a few. So I need 9 more. Alright. Let's make solid progress in this.
Inventory full.
No, it's gonna happen. Alright, so I just need 2 more computers, and it'll be good there, which I'm sure some of these parts will have them.
Inventory full.
Communication components are huge. Alright. But the good news is I can melt most of that down.
Inventory full.
And make them into their base materials that determine other materials I actually do need. Alright.
Inventory full.
Yeah, so the only big component we have left after this is the actual gravity generator. All the rest is just plates. That battery will not give us the battery
Low.
stuff back. So, we'll take it apart, but we won't get much from it. Alright. And then we take apart our ship. Which should give us the rest of the stuff we need. And then once we have our ship built, then we'll be able to move and we'll be able to put rocks between us and we won't be so exposed out here to the meteors. We've been fortunate so far that out of the 3 meteor showers that have happened since we've been doing this, none have struck anything we care about. Like, honestly, if it struck the pirate ship at this point, it wouldn't be that big of a loss. If it struck our main ship or the one we're working on, that'd suck pretty bad. Let's start on this side now. All right. There you should be down here. All right. We were shielded from the sun when we started this, but the sun in this game does revolve around everything. Okay. Part of me feels like I should have started with the more inventory space for the purpose of like streaming and all that. When I play on my own, like I said, I usually actually put everything on realism, which is one of those things of, hey, have you ever wanted to play a game slower? That's how you do it. That's basically what it is. Not harder. Do you want to play this slower? Yes. Turn the setting on.
Inventory full.
We're already filling up that storage too.
Inventory full.
Alright, so let's look at whatever that last thing we were building there. Assembled. You. The basic assembler. Cool. We don't need anything of that, really. Remember correctly, last time you played, you had 2 times the inventory cap, and that was it? Yeah. I left it at the default, so I think we might have 3 times inventory cap. Oh, wait, what do we got coming? Okay, so that's a freighter. We just have to watch, because there are pirate combat ships that will come by, and if they see us, they will likely divert to say hello. But a freighter is only a danger if it, like, literally happens to run into us kind of deal. Because it will have guns to protect it. Yep, that's what we're doing. We do have the setting where our spawn ship will disappear if we get far enough away from it, that kind of deal. So I have to build a new ship. And since we found this, like, okay, that's going to give us some materials. And now there's no gravity thing when the parts pop out, so they don't bounce out at you.
Inbound.
Don't hit us. I'm minding my business. Don't go smashing my things. Learn that your mom has COVID? I'm sorry, that's no fun. Ooh, those are close. Please no. Okay, looks like we're gonna get lucky on this one, but that was definitely in the realm of, oh, they hear. Could you just add things to ship and basically fix it? I could have fixed this ship, yeah. It was pretty badly damaged. So that'd be a whole thing. Oh, is 2 already home? Is it already 9? Oh man, it's already 9. So it's gonna end up happening here in just a minute. So I'm gonna have to step away for a couple of minutes while I quickly toss some food in the oven and that kind of stuff. I did lose track of time, that is on me. But I can't remember. I don't remember if the game pauses when I do this. There's a way to find out. We can go and move, turn on the dampeners. It does pause. Okay, so what's gonna end up happening is I gotta step away for a couple of minutes while I toss my dinner in the oven and all that good stuff, welcome my wife home and everything, and I'll be back here in just a minute. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I will be back here in just a couple of minutes. So don't forget to make sure you do take care of yourselves with your own food, drink, stretching, and all that good stuff, and I'll be back here in a few.
And if you get, like, attacked from behind, it's something like a 70% chance of being bitten, and bitten is instant game over. So you do not want to be attacked from behind, ever. I technically got overwhelmed because it counted as a side hit. Zombies are always dangerous. That... yeah, I heard the one behind me and I was trying to, like, get around her so I could stab her from behind. But because of my positioning, it considered her, like, next to me. Like, I misplayed that. And now I did.
What is that? What is that? Hang on. What? What is that nightmare? Like, the helicopter didn't bring that much. No, I get that's from the trap, but it's the sheer number that's like, what? What? I don't have anywhere that needs power generation right now. Take that back, I do. Well, that's a game over.
Jesus, that one was tortured.
We'll deal with that in a minute. Ooh, I almost didn't get that swing off. I don't know why we didn't see her approach us. That was spoopy. Getting one of the things that really makes it easier to pick up trees. That's not what I want. I knew that was coming the moment that happened.
That's why stairs are terrifying. Instant takedown because I can drop on the stairs. That was a very unsatisfying way to die.
B cables are everywhere.
I am so sorry, I have to leave. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's that. It's all good. Well, we're down. I mean, that's longer than I expected to make it. I did like... I better not die from that. I hate crawlers. Well, that is our first zombie injury. No, 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 no! I got hit by something else. I saw the trigger too. And I got... And since there's two sides of that airlock, this shouldn't be really that bad. Well, we've lost. I thought we had depressurized it.
This event may be recorded for training and quality.
So that's the thing that confused me, is we depressurized it and was exposed to the entire opening. Well, and that brings the end of our hard space shipbreaker run. Okay, so the graves, check the rightmost grave in the fourth row from the top. The rightmost grave in the fourth row from the top. Okay, so spark arrest. And we want the doctors in here. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and have someone deal with that. Should I be dealing with this? Probably not. All right. That clip was just you can't really. One second, my headset's on backwards. No, that's right. That clip was one of the people in the hot potato had died. Like one of the people had like redeemed to get their name in, and then after they had died and gotten buried, they redeemed to get the name again on a run before mine. And I was moving everyone into the freezer, or it's like I think it was burying someone. I was doing something because moving people. Oh no, we had a Hey Bob, how's it going? But we had like the person, and we dug them up to like move them to like an actual like temple or whatever. And I hadn't realized we had the person dig up the former person of themselves. So There's that. Okay. Why are all my controls wrong? There we go. Alright, let's get everything switched. Okay. So those freighters are fun to steal. That's, I used to play the way where you just, like, pirate the pirate ships kind of thing. And just take them for your own. But unless you, like, actually set... You know, that might be a fun thing. Ooh. Right now, I don't know if this counts as a station or a ship or how this qualifies. I could potentially see us going more in the route of having a station with defenses and intercepting ships that go in the area and ripping them apart, like having like a salvage station, but like a hostile salvage station. Why am I? There we go. It's like, why am I struggling to find things? Alright, so you're full now, so we're going to have to expand your cargo. So we're going to do that right away.
Meteor storm inbound.
Which is also going to require more metal grids, which I don't have. So you need constructed components, CPU, display. Okay. So boom. Drop you off, grab you. So we have just the display and the metal grids left to put in here. I probably have a display on the other ship. You have machines now though, right? I'm missing 1 or 2 critical machines. That's the problem we have at the moment. I have to build the refinery to be able to grind up uranium, and I don't get access to a bunch of other stuff until we get the refinery done. Alright, I got my stuff spread between 2 ships as well. Like, we probably have more than enough to be able to finish what we're trying to do between the 2 ships. There's going to be some, like, annoying inventory juggling in the interim, though. Oh, we need to recharge.
Energy low.
Alright. Like, some of the catches you run into with some of the pirate ships and our ships that come by, is a lot of stuff like they'll have booby traps and all that on them. So that, you know, you go to take the ship and you start to secure it and there's just an explosive stored in it somewhere. And that when you seize the ship, the explosive goes off or whatever. You also have to shred a lot of the parts before you're allowed control of them. Alright, so the pirate ship is fully disassembled now. Are you playing this Iron Man? Do you mean, like, if I die, it's over? Because no on that. This is actually one of those games that it's pretty decent how it handles things, but there is a little bit jank in it here and there. I don't think I'd play this game, Iron Man. So let's see. Something in here that is going to give me metal grid. I know the storage container will, but I can't give that up right now. Alright, so we gotta figure this out, because I have a problem where I need the iron grid. So we've got this here. What can I do to get iron grid happening? Production. So you can make solar panels in that with nickel and silicon. So we can actually produce some stuff on this ship. You can make them? Well, that's the thing. I can't make them yet. I have to make a full-blown assembler. I was trying to avoid having to expand on this ship to do that. They used to be able to make them just in any of the assemblers, but they added a basic assembler you start with now as opposed to a full-size one. And when they did that, then, you know, that changed what you could. Yeah, because I need 9 more basic grids for that. We can go ahead and
Inventory full.
tap that for just a second. So I can finish this storage container. Put this back. All right. Now the slow process of starting to move everything from that chip over as best we can for the moment. Because mostly at this point could be just ripping all stuff out of the cargo container and moving it over. And then after I've done that, taking apart the cargo container so I can move it over. Now we're going to have to do stuff like shred different parts of the ship and pull them off, and it's going to take me a minute, unfortunately. The big issue is I'm going to have to, I'm probably going to have to make solar happen. How are we doing on power on this, by the way? I've been sitting here idle. So you have 3 days of power, and you're very low on helium or hydrogen or whatever the heck it is you run for fuel. But as long as it's sitting idle, I got 3 days. So the big thing we need to do with that is get it at least enough that I could spit out a solar panel. If we can spit out a solar panel, then with that I will be able to at least put power on, even if it's like a trickle feed that barely runs anything. Barely runs, still runs. Let's actually look. How much does a solar panel cost? Here. Solar panel was plates, if I remember correctly. So I need 32 solar cells, so a not insignificant amount. That should be the only part we don't have here, so... So I need 32 nickel and some silicon wafers from the refinery. What I don't remember with that is with all those materials. If you can get those materials from just stone. If we get those from just stone, we're in luck. I think you might be able to. I think you actually do get silicon and... I think you get silicon, iron, and nickel from stone now. But they're just not really good amounts. Not compared to like actually finding a node. The fear is if I don't have enough fuel. You have nickel? Right, but I don't have a big refinery, so I can't refine it. That's the thing. They had a whole extra layer to everything that didn't used to exist. Because in the back you just had the refinery and the assembler. Now I've got the refinery and the basic refinery, the assembler and the basic assembler. And the basic versions have a very small subset of stuff they can do. And I can't build a refinery because I don't have enough metal plates. Or not metal plates, metal grids. So I do have the ore. But, you know. I'm not going to say as far as to say they're hard, but there is a barrier to entry that didn't exist before. Thank you, Electric Pixel, for converting your sub to your Prime sub to a Tier 1 sub. That does mean a whole heck of a lot that you go from your your sub you just get from Amazon and all that to like one where you're going to be paying. So I think that still warrants getting like the whole Lego piece. If it doesn't count that towards the daily sub goal, I will add that myself. But so there is an additional Lego piece there. You thought you did it automatically? I mean, it.
Yay. Subby wubby choo choo.
And thank you, such a cookie, for the 100 biddies. So there's the
Hype
next Lego
trains go.
piece.
Choo choo.
So we're up to that for this piece on the Lego kit. Triggering our hype train and all that good stuff. So think of it. You thought I already did it? Can't speak. It's all good. Like, it just got the prompt. Let me hit save just because. I just got the prompt, so if it did happen earlier, it's totally fine. Alright, so we got that removed. And I wanted to pull that out because now I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over here. For the moment, I'm just going to shove that in there as well. Give ourselves more storage because we've got a whole extra ship to put in here. Now, technically, I could tear apart literally all of these cargo containers, dumping their contents out into space, and that would give me enough grids to finish that. But you could probably already figure out the problem is with that. Mostly the dumping all of our ill-gotten, I mean, completely legitimate gains out into open space. Alright, so what we're going to try doing is getting stone, tossing it into the basic refinery here. Actually, don't know where the basic refinery is here. Oh. I can't remember, did the survival kit even have one? Did it not come with a basic refinery? Don't do this to me. I remember there's some of these that can actually process extra things. Alright, so, I mean, prior to the day? Alright, so what's gonna end up happening is... Oh no, the survival kit counts as, like, its own little refinery thing. Oh, it has very limited refining and assembly capabilities. Okay, that's fine. So what I need to do is get to where I can actually reach this thing. Chuck the stone in there. Am I missing something? It says it's supposed to have very basic refining. Get out of my way, flight seat. It's supposed to have very basic refining capabilities. Let's see. All in one factory to get into space under your start, but it has limited refining and assembling capabilities. Allows the player to recharge. I'm reading that. But hear me out. How do I make refine go? Because normally you just dump the ore in the refining built section, and it just goes. Maybe I have to put the nickel in there directly. No, it will not accept nickel at all. I'm confused. I can try going back to the control panel and toggling it. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get the solar panel. Put those parts in here. Because, understandably, we can't put the parts in, and, like, I'm kind of doomed. Alright, so. If we hit F, it just recharges. If we hit F there, it does this. It's toggled on. Everything's turned on here. It's not assigned to share or show or anything like that. Is there a control panel to talk for? So we've got nothing here, because there's normally, unless I'm missing something, you didn't used to have to sit there like tell a refinery to turn on. It was there, you shove stuff in, it would spit out the material on the other side. We have the assembler set to use these, but there's no materials for them. So does anyone know the answer to that? Because I'm genuinely kind of confused here, because there's a survival kit. And we can have all the other buildings, but like I said, this is supposed to be able to refine stuff. And I can't think of a more basic material than stone. In the production panel. Alright, I'm down to look. Production panel. Oh, it's its own thing. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So it actually has as a recipe. That's fine. Alright, well, hopefully its power holds up long enough for me to get the solar panel. I wonder if it's just for that. I hope I don't have to do that. I could see why they would add that to the base building, because it always used to be a thing that you'd potentially want dedicated refineries for certain materials. A pistol. Okay. You'd, like, want dedicated, places for different things. So it wouldn't surprise me if they did make it so you could sit there and say, hey, queue this forever. And now we have no measure of how far anything's gonna go. Let's see if we can't find some ice. Oh, like right there. Because I believe that hydrogen generator, I can recharge it with ice. Just to make sure we're,
Storm inbound.
So now we're actually making progress. This is the exact moment we take a direct hit center mass on our ship from a meteor, ruining everything. I don't make the rules here, that's just how it works. What else did I find? Ooh. We got multiple hits. Not on our ship, but like close enough that we had audible cues for it. Thank you for the hype train, everyone. I do appreciate that. We had a level 1 hype train at 38% with 1 sub, 100 bits. And I do still get amused. That's like, you know, and X number of hype, what is it, hype chat or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, that thing you stopped doing.
Yay. Wow, Rual, what a piece of shit.
Thank you, Cookie, for the 100 biddies. Alright, and another piece on there. So I got one more of those little fin things. And now you get to figure out what that is. Maybe. Alright. Let's see how we're doing on You have 2 solar panels. Okay, and you're out of stone. I understand. So more stone is on the menu. How much to finish the Lego set? Probably more than you want to spend. Just in the sense that it is over 1,000 pieces. So my plan, I wasn't expecting it. Like, I'm not expecting it would just like sit there and drop a whole bunch of money to get it done all in one go, because it wouldn't be a reasonable amount, honestly. The idea is it just to be a fun thing that, like, over time, like over the year, you'd see the kit come together little by little by little. The 1,000 bits? No, it's 100 bits per piece. Like, if you're trying to actually do the exchange of buying to complete the kit all in one sitting, it would not make economic sense. Like, that, I'm not trying to scam people out of their money by having it be that price. It's supposed to be a fun, just extra thing. It's 100 bits per piece, and it's like 1,000 something. 100,000 bits. Hey, if someone drops 100,000 bits to get me to build the kit,
I know 2 pieces per 100 bits, alright.
like if someone was just wanted to like force it, I would, like, even though that it'd come out underneath, I would absolutely be like, yeah, you know, you've thrown enough at this. But that's not the point. I'm not trying to, like, the goal wasn't being like, hey,
Inventory.
let's get like an exchange rate where I get like an amazing rate or whatever. Yeah, that's $1,000. That's the reason I was like, $1,000. Like, all right, it doesn't matter what the math works out. I'll just do it. All right. So we are slowly getting our solar panel online. How much to win at Legos? I don't know if I could afford to win at Legos. Legos is kind of a big deal. Yeah, no, it's just like, for the subs coming in, it's just like an extra little fun thing. That's all it's meant to be. Like, that's a lot of the things I've been doing related to the subs lately, is almost all of that is, hey, people are subbing, here's just like an extra little fun thing to be tossed on top of it. The idea isn't that, like, the end of the week we'd have the Lego kit done. The idea is that over the course of the full year, the Lego kit would get done. It wouldn't actually even take that long. It'd take a while, though. Because if I make it too cheap, then the Lego gets done, and then there's nothing else. Versus, if I don't make it super cheap, we can have fun with it where when we finish the Lego kit, we just break out in our Lego kit. Like, I can financially justify doing that in that scenario. That much money, you could even buy one more set to build. Well, that's exactly the idea, is it can be a fun little extra activity that happens as people drop bits and subs and all that. That, you know, they get a little fun extra thing, but it could still make sense, like, for me financially not to wipe myself out. And just, like, make it a recurring thing. Because, like, to give you an example, if it was 1 bit per piece kind of thing, that means to build the entire kit would be $10. Needless to say, the kit costs way over $10.
Inventory full.
Alright. I think this costs closer to 20 cents per piece. They're expensive. There's no doubt about that. They actually, for the first time in your life, got a Lego kit, was missing a piece. That's a bummer, because, like, Lego's actually pretty good about that. Like, between me and my brothers, of all the kits we've gotten over the years, I think we've only had, like, one kit miss a piece. Like, quality control is one of the things that is, like, why people buy Lego versus, you know, cheaper alternatives.
Inventory full.
Because it hurts away. They screwed up on a sticker, and they added that too. Yeah, no, like, that's the thing. Like, they cost a lot. Like, they're not cheap. But at least those things that when you buy it, you have, like, the confidence that even, like, if a piece is missing, you'll be taken care of. You hate the stickers? The stickers are fairly new. Like, it's not that they never did them before, but it definitely feels like they're doing them way more than they used to. I do really like in Space Engineers the change where it used to be all you got from stone was gravel, and its one and only use was to be used in the reactor. You didn't even need that much. So gravel ended up being this waste product that, you know, you get creative uses for it, like you making effectively a gravity gun where you catapult the stone out of the back of your ship at extreme high velocities and everything as a weapon. But otherwise it was just this junk material that if you're trying to mine using the ship and you pick up, you just have the ejector on the back of your ship just dumping the stone right out the back, and some would end up ultimately getting glitched into the box of your ship and destroy half your ship. It was always just such a thing. But I think the reworking of it to give you, like, a bunch of just kind of the cheap materials was a really good move on their part. And with that, our ship is alive and barely functional, but is alive. Alright, so the next move on here is I need 13 grids. So let's go to production. And we don't have a refinery on it, so that's nickel, cobalt, and iron ingots. Which, how the heck are you supposed to do that? Oh, you know what? I already know how we do that. We just take the cobalt and we just put it in there, and cobalt will be in the other one. I also need to drop some cobalt in there and set it to actually process. Because I tried to put the nickel in straight, and it's like, no. Not allowed. But if I can get it to... Yeah, so it won't even take the cobalt. Alright. We do have a basic refinery now. We just go ahead and put that in there. Put the nickel in there. Control panel. So that's the big refinery. There's the basic refinery. Production. So now I don't actually have a production thing for it, but I do have a basic refinery. Are you kidding me? The moment I finish that solar panel? Okay. Components and girders, so we can grab the girders, drop you off, grab you. Alright, so I need more solar cells, because that's another thing that's going to be a problem with it, is just not going to have the power to do anything. So I can go over here real fast. Go to production. One more, I think. Alright. Yeah, so just need to get enough power to turn the lights on. Because once I can do that, we'll be in good shape. Alright, so we are making good progress. We do have power is getting started set up.
Inventory full.
We are both fortunate and cursed in the fact that we're back into the shadow of the asteroid. The bonus of that is the shadow of the asteroid does protect us from the meteors. The negative is we just got solar panels on and we're not in the sun anymore. So that kind of sucks. It's the reason we also don't want to depend on the solar panels for our long-term power. They could be an in-a-pinch supplement power. That's all fine and dandy. But we do need them to actually give us power. Oh, I should grab that unknown signal. It's too late now. By the time I go over there and grind it apart. Maybe we won't get there before it's already gone.
Inventory full.
Okay. But I want to get the power turned, like, once I can get the ship powered over here, get this our ship up and running, then I can turn around and do all sorts of stuff with it. The other thing I should probably do is get the hydrogen engine going. That'd probably be a good move for us in the interim. Probably exactly what it should be doing, honestly. Especially since I already know I can't really take the risk of being out in the sunlight without guns and all that to protect me from the meteors. As well as we're going to need armor as well.
Inventory full.
So it'll be like the normal builds I do. That's in its spending habits. Yeah. Doesn't it suck how hobbies are so expensive? Alright. So let's grab, it'll end up being plates. And I saw that we had the oxygen. So we need the tank for the helium and the actual oxygen refinery or whatever it is. Let's see here. Power blocks. Battery, hydrogen engine. Let's grab that. Okay, so you only have 2 ways for stuff to get in. Oh, you actually need a power cell. Well, that's annoying. Well, in that case, give me those parts back. I was all like, I'll just sit here and use the air for power. That'll work. Power cell. That's what I need for batteries. Like, it wouldn't be bad as an additional option, like, very genuinely. But, at this phase of the game, I don't have what I need to make power cells in the first place. So, it doesn't solve my problem. The problem is I just need to get my initial power up and running.
Meteor storm inbound. Inventory full.
Okay. I'm gonna start taking apart this ship. I've been putting it off because I need this to run. Oh, that last one. Those are getting real close. The good news is we do actually have some cover. I'm getting a little bit of sunlight in here, but not enough that I'm getting enough power to be really worried about. Okay.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
All right. Your showtime? Yeah, we've been fortunate that so far they've just missed. But, you know, eventually that's not going to work out that way. Alright, so you just need one more solar panel and then we're square. Then I don't think I'm going to worry about making any more solar panels on this side. But we're going to try and get our basic stuff set up here. And we start moving around. It's not very often you get hit if you're moving about with it. So production, we had the right amount. We just literally need to put more stone in there. Be really nice when you get the drill, because like the actual drill on your ship doesn't kick bits everywhere that you have floating around later. Alright. And I don't believe we have what we need to make thrusters, do we? Pretty sure we don't. Sort of like... It might not have a list there because we haven't unlocked them. You don't see thrusters. Well, actually, no, it's a spotlight. So I don't think thrusters yet, so check the progression. Where do we unlock thrusters? It still just shows it. I think it's hoping it filter it down so you can find it easier. Oh, it's probably locked behind the gyroscope, most likely. We have landing gear, which gives a whole bunch of wheels. Ion thrusters. Okay. So yeah, so I need landing gear, which then gives me the cockpit, which then gets me the thrusters. I understand. So, even though I'm not going to ever use the landing gear, I do have to slap one on here one time for it to be like, okay, fine, you build one. So drop you, grab the motor, grab these. And this is an optional feature that, let's see, I don't have any planned, but is this just a space map? Are there planets in this map? You haven't played this game in nearly 9 years. So, this map does have, actually I don't know if this one has it or not. There are planets in the game. We did ultimately opt to go with space. I put it up to just, we kind of had like, not official poll, but we just asked what people wanted to see. And it was in favor of people wanting to see like the classic space experience, because we did almost our entire last run was almost entirely spent on the ground on planets. Like we started in space and very quickly deorbited. Do that. All right, so now we got 2 solar panels worth of power coming in, so that's exciting. All right, so from here we need to make our cockpit. We need to do have to decide like what the heck my ship design even is right now. Because right now I've just been like mashing together all the machines such that they can connect in any way whatsoever. There's not really been a plan past get the machines in place. But we are starting to get to the point where I have to actually figure out what I'm doing with that.
Inventory full.
All right. Actually make this where we start dealing with that. Yeah, for right now, we're just... Alright, Panoramic, you sleep well and all that. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna go ahead and, get this hooked up in any meaningful way. Get the cockpit in here. Get it to be functional, all that. If we end up playing this long enough, I could certainly see going the route of building a space station. And then we'd have like our ship, we'd go out to like collect ore, bring it back to the space station, that kind of thing. Just to lean into the whole Armageddon thing where we got this anchored point that I can't just hide behind a rock kind of deal. Passenger seat, flight seat, control seat, or control seat. And you need interior plate. So you need construction components, and then you're done. Alright, and with this, we'll be able to look up, like, how much power we have, all that kind of stuff, how long it'll last. We're probably going to be absolutely struggling to do anything at all because those 2 solar panels will be nowhere near adequate. Or, oh, we're now fully eclipsed by the asteroid, so we don't physically have any power. Nice. Excellent. We'll deal with that when we get there. Alright, well, that's lovely. Shredding the back of the ship still. But the important bit is I do believe that unlocks us to being able to build stuff like gyroscopes and that kind of nonsense, so we continue to make the ship functional. So let's see here. We've got our gyroscope, which we need. Right now, you can live right here. That requires way more metal grid than I have, but that's okay, because you know where I'm going to get that metal grid from? There.
Full. Energy low.
Okay. Alright, so we're making progress. Pretty soon I'll be able to get the gyroscope up, get a couple of engines on there. Now, we have a lot of engines on the ship we're currently dealing with. I'm not going to set all those up. Just because I can't. I don't have the ability to handle the amount at once. And the added bonus is each one of these I get rid of. Things off the old ship. That's one less thing eating power. Alright. So we do need... Well, technically, you only need one thruster, technically. But I do want to have at least one thruster pointing in every direction.
Inventory full.
Alright. Let's go in here and find our thrusters. And this will be one iron thruster on the front, facing forward. Actually, I probably have enough. Oh, well, I still have to deal with the solar panels. Once we get our power secured, the way I usually like to make my thrusters, instead of having like a central bank in the middle, and then having another place on one side and that kind of thing, instead, what I typically end up doing is I'll put like pods on either side of them. That'll each pod will have like a forward thruster, a back thruster, you know, a thruster pointing out one way, up and down, all that. So that way I have 2 thrusters pointing back, 2 thrusters pointing forward, 2 thrusters up and down, and then one left, one right kind of deal. You know, and then you expand and whatnot. Right now, though, minimum viable product. Right now, we're doing the whole thing where we're making a quote-unquote ship.
Inventory full.
Alright. So we've got reverse, left, and right built. So when O2? So I actually already have the O2 building built. I just have to put the ice in it, and I've already got the ice set there. The thing is, like the O2 is in this cluster here. I think that might be it down there. Where are you? Yeah, O2 generators up here. So we've already got O2 there. It's just right now, until we get the power, it doesn't run.
Inventory full.
Alright. And unfortunately, the only thing I can do... There's only two ways I can deal with our current predicament with the solar, where we're behind the shadow, is one, you can wait it out. Which might happen as I'm building all these things. The other thing I could do to solve it is I could take the other ship, if I leave at least one thruster on it, I could give this a nudge, and because it has no power to like counteract it or anything like that, it would slowly drift whatever direction I nudge it. As long as I drift it any direction but towards the asteroid, that would eventually take it somewhere. Now, downside is those two solar panels aren't going to be nearly enough power to run the whole ship, so it's gonna do stuff where like turns on and off and all that kind of stuff. Now, let's go get this unknown signal real fast. Because I've been skipping them all, and you can get better tools and skins and all sorts of stuff out of these. Straight up just in-game money. We do have the economy thing turned on. Yeah, I got a rainbow drill. You have a parachute. Thank you for the little bit of parts. Okay, we can take 2 seconds real fast and go here. GPS. The pirate ship is gone, so delete that. Alright. So yeah, so the things we got out of there is we got some random parts that are okay. We did get a skin, so I can actually change the look of my equipment if I want. Like I said, like where I got this saw here, you can get that kind of stuff out of them too. Which are the things I'd really want. Did you have a book in your room since a week after it came out and you keep forgetting to read it? Haven't opened it? That happens. It's been there for almost 4 years. That happens. That do be how it goes sometimes. Be careful because I don't want to disconnect that medical until we have, you know, our power sorted and all that stuff. So we've got up, down, or sorry, we have, do not have down yet. Alright. It is kind of fun, the idea of playing with a bunch of people where you could have someone, like, flying the ship while someone is actively working on the parts. Some weird good stuff can happen if you do that, unfortunately, where the person should be fine, but because the ship is moving and just with the weirdness of physics, sometimes, like, a part will go catapulting back real fast. Should be far enough away that the thrust doesn't damage it. Alright. So once I get this engine, we should have all of the very, very basics for flight. And powering a ship and everything. We'll still want batteries. I'm going to need materials for that. We're still going to want like an actual reactor. Oh, did I actually... Did you drop plates? Did I miss that? No, I guess not. I must have lightly tagged while taking apart something else or something. I disoriented myself horribly. It happens, don't mind me. Alright, so let's continue to take what we can. And stash it all away. Keeping in mind, I am deliberately trying to keep the main systems for keeping us not dead alive on that ship till we have power. Let's see, high-speed chase with a pirate on your heels while they're firing Gatling gun. Let's see, the buddy, I mean being those who's firing the turret. I've done the combat in the game. I never got big into the combat in the game. Like, just to be entirely honest. Like, I remember when the game first came out, the combat was pretty eh. And I know there's a bunch of mods that expanded to it and whatnot. Alright, so if I take the engine off, that will not detach the batteries. It's just one of the systems in the game that's like, eh. Because I don't mind the ship getting trashed. That happens as you do stuff. Like, you'll get banged around while mining, and you'll take some damage on the ship, and, you know, no biggie. Okay, don't take... I'm a little scared to take any more of that off. I feel like if I take any more of that off, that battery becomes detached, and the whole thing might just turn off. Because for the moment, I'm still tethered to that. I can't have that shutting down. Alright, so we should be mostly safe. Yeah, honestly, I don't think we take anything else apart, because basically all that's left here is we've got the O2 generator, the tank, the actual engine, so we got like all of our power there, and then we got the conveyors that connect to the medical building, and then this vent. Like, that's all that's left of this whole place. There are many different blueprints of ships that people have made that could chew pirate ship to shreds. Yeah, I never was into building other people's ships. It's I like to make the things. That's the fun part for me, is, you know, starting with nothing and then slowly crafting something up. And I'm down to like get into a fight with that, but that's the thing. All right, so we're kind of in a stuck position for the moment until to get things sorted. So we got that. What I can do in the meantime is I can effectively survey the area. Then go here. That's not the button. View from current position. Magnesium. Saw the ice. There's the ice. And go here. That way when I am mobile, whatever materials I need, we'll already have it scouted out I can minimize my energy use to get there. Okay, so it looks like this asteroid is ice and magnesium. The good news is that we're in like a little cluster of asteroids here. Alright. So I can go here. Same deal. I know I misspelled it. I'm not going back to fix it. I usually find when you have the clusters of asteroids, most of the time they'll have very similar materials. Case in point. Alright, we can head over to this one, check it out. We're all doing a Patrick Star run. Yeah, so we got some more stuff over there. Is Patrick Star as in SpongeBob SquarePants Star? I haven't watched hardly any SpongeBob, so I don't really get what, like I don't like, I'm missing the reference is the way I would put it. I'm not seeing any surface layer ores. Patrick lives under rock. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Until we get a gun, that's the only way we can protect ourselves from the meteors. We gotta put something between us and the direction of the star, because that's normally where the meteors come from. It's all good. Sometimes it takes a minute to get there. If you're wondering why I'm getting so close to the asteroid itself, is your drill sensor about like what ore is nearby is based on range. So you can like mash yourself pretty close to the asteroid without smashing your head into it. It does mean you can detect ore that's inside the asteroid a little bit better. It's always been a bit dodgy that you can like physically fly up to ore and sit next to it for a moment, and it only takes like then a couple seconds later it updates. I never really did figure out why it worked that way. Like if there's like some refresh rate or something to it. I'm not finding anything. Unknown signal detected. Don't mind if I do. So I'm sure not finding anything in that asteroid. Yeah, or it doesn't arrive at all. I mean, there's those jokes too. But yeah, and then we'll head back towards the ship, because sooner or later we'll get that ship where the sun catches those panels. And it might be one of those things where like things flicker because it's not enough power and all that, but even that's enough to move it. Yay, we got a glove. And they gave us $6,000 and a metal plate. Yeah, so that's the one we just left. Now, I won't mark an asteroid as, like, nothing's here, because usually it's just, like I said, the drill doesn't refresh instantly. Like, I don't know exactly mechanically how it works, but you'll sometimes have a delay before you actually get the material. Like, you'll show the material. So sometimes you'll just fly right past a patch of uranium. It won't even register, and you'll just move on with your life. While we're here, let's check these little broken pieces out here. More than likely, there'll just be more magnesium and ice. But that's fine. The point is, we never know. You might pull up, it'll be a big old patch of uranium or big old patch. We got more magnesium. Got more ice. More magnesium. You can see that has magnesium on it. Magnesium and ice. I kind of miss... It used to be they give you much bigger asteroids. And it was much bigger asteroids that have a much wider range of materials on them. I get that this does make sense for forcing you to move around more. That you have, like... Asteroids tend to have, like, a dominant material or two on them. And then sometimes they'll mix in a few others. Oh, you're online. Alright, so let's take a quick look here. Just trying to scooch ourselves over enough that that solar panel get full bars. All right, so we've got that set up. Production, we still need to make those. That's the only thing not working. Inventory, we have the refinery, which has that in it. And people mentioned it should just work, so I'm not sure why it isn't just working. So you're fully turned on, production. We don't have any of the options here. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, because we do have our basic refinery as cobalt and nickel inside of it. And it should be processing. Now, if it was we simply don't have enough power, that's fair. But I'm actually not getting any real feedback on my power one way or the other in the bottom right down there. I don't really know what our situation is with our power. Do you get batteries with solar? You have to build them separate. Yeah, when the power cell will likely be the power cells get destroyed, would take that apart. That's the big catch with all these. I need you to actually be. Can I make the wait? If I can make the bigger assembler, this all becomes a non-issue. Because of the bigger assembler, I can literally just shred stuff. Where's the industrial blocks? Oh, those are okay. Production blocks. Assembler, refinery, basic refinery, assembler. Okay, so I need you. Let's talk. Also require a metal grid. I can work with this one though. So we can go ahead and drop you off, grab you, tag it, drop you off, grab you. You need 160 computers. I don't have that.
Meteor storm inbound.
So downside is I do want to keep those solar panels exposed if I move out of the way to where the meteors aren't a danger. Then what'll end up happening is I won't be able to protect myself. Like, I won't be able to get it moving again because I don't have any power storage yet. I wonder if we could take this a different direction. So disassemble. Wait, do I have? Yeah, you have. So disassembly. Okay, so assembling these requires nickel, cobalt, and whatever. Is there another one who will give me those materials? No. I need a source of cobalt, which requires me to get... I'm really confused as to how the progression's supposed to work here. Unless I'm just absolutely expected to go find ships to trash. Because I need metal grids to finish that, but I can't make metal grids with cobalt, and I can't seem to refine the cobalt in the base. Something's... Alright. So something's going on that I need to figure out. I've got my basic refinery. It's right here. It's turned on. It seems to be... Yeah, everything's fine. It says it's got power. It's got all that. In my basic refinery, I do have cobalt. It's allowing it to go in there, so I should be able to make material with it. I've got a bunch of stuff in there, but it's not running. But I don't have the option to choose the basic refinery from this list. And the other one I had the option of grinding things down. So I don't understand why I want to have the refinery run. Let's grab a chunk of stone real fast and just throw it in there just for my own testing. Because very obviously the basic refinery should be able to handle stone.
Inventory full.
Alright, so basic refinery stone. Yeah, so it's not running at all. And I don't understand. They changed something, and I know it's like an input UI whatever thing, but I don't know how to get around the problem. Let's try going to the refinery itself, hitting... Okay, where are you, refinery? Is that you down there that I can't get at any of the ports because I've locked you in tight? That is you. So I can't actually get to its control panel itself, but that shouldn't be necessary. I don't know what to do. Like, I've played this game for hundreds of hours, and I don't know what to do. Like, that should be running. And I don't have another UI spot I can find to deal with it. Like, whatever they changed about this is a problem, because I'm at a point in the game, I'm just trying to literally go. I have all the things I need. Hit space with a stick? Something like that. Because, like, I was like, oh, maybe it's not getting enough power. Oh, I need to change that gyro. Gyroscope's way too powerful. I'm gonna slap that into something and destroy my ship. Yeah, so it's got the inventory, showing the terminal. That's just showing it. It's turned on. Like, there's no controls that mean anything here. I have control of it. It's mine. It's not available under my production tab. See, this, I actually get a place to say to, you know, to refine stuff. which is new. I don't remember it used to work that way. But it's literally got it so I can't progress the game right now because I need that cobalt. So I'm in a stuck state. Like, if I can't get past that, I might as well just shut down the game because I can't do anything. The ore is in it, it's got power. There's nowhere to put instructions, and I just don't know what to do. Yeah, so what's happening is I've got all the cobalt inside the refinery. Yeah, if I have to Google how to play the game, I'm gonna close the game. And that's after having 600 hours in this game. For the record, they changed something. So I've got the refinery. It's turned on. Everything's fine. It's showing it's got power. We go to our production. It's not listed here. We go to our inventory. It's got the ore in there, and it's just not doing. And I've never had this before. Check the refinery control panel. Yeah, right here. There's a control panel. Everything's fine. It's only got an on-off set. You know, it could turn on-off the conveyor, but it doesn't matter. It's got the material inside. It's not full. Custom data doesn't tell me anything. Because if I have to actually access the unit itself, we gotta tear apart parts of the ship. They didn't used to be a thing we had to care about. Because when you hit the control panel, it just takes you here. No, we have power. You can actually check the power situation by just going right here on the, where are you at? That's not the right thing. If you go to that, it says productivity 100%, efficiency 100%, power efficiency 100%. So that's telling me I've got everything I need. Now I am having a weird thing where it's not, like, normally in the bottom right you see the power report, but I don't have power storage on there, so it's using it live. Yeah, that's the thing. It is saying it has enough power. That's the reason I'm confused as to what's going on. We're going to try this method. We're going to save our game. We're going to exit the main menu. And we're going to load our game up again. And see if just something got stuck. But yeah, because if I can't get that working, we're done. It's time to move on and play something else, because without being able to do the very basic thing of having your building that's here working, there's nothing else you can do. Like, that is an absolutely critical part of the game. Yeah, no, it's still... Like, clearly there's something it wants me to do, but the game is not communicating it to me in any way, shape, or form. And it's fine that you have to figure out mechanics around the game, or like efficiency. Can it move around with thrusters? Yeah. But we have full power on our solar panel. 4 and 4. 4 green dots. And then once I move around, I'm no longer in range of this, which I shouldn't need as long as I'm... I shouldn't actually need this anymore. Oh, here. Oh, you're not attached anymore, are you? Yeah, no, the other thing should be a fully complete self-enclosed ship. An ugly one that is barely functional, but... There. Would I actually take apart your oxygen tank? Oh no, you have just the tank. Yeah, so let's start taking this apart. Toss it in here. Yeah, it's just one of those things, like, I don't mind when game changes stuff, but, like, I'm sitting here going, okay, I don't know how to proceed. And my usual immediate answer when it's like, oh, well, you could look up a video or Google, it's like, that's not, like, to me, in a game, that's not an acceptable answer. If I have to leave your game to look up how to play your game has failed. And we're not talking about min-max strategies or anything like that. By all means, you look up wikis and all that for min-max and like secrets and whatever. But just how to interact with game. If I have to look out like out of game resources, the game has fundamentally failed at the door.
Inventory full.
Oh, it did actually give me the power cell. Okay, that's cool. Usually power cells get destroyed.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alright, so let's take 2 seconds. Let's grab some ice to put in our oxygen generator. That's the other thing I'm missing to being able to stay alive. It's just, I'm stuck unable to progress without it. Like right now we're balanced. That as long as I have solar, I can stay alive for pretty much ever. I just have to feed ice into my oxygen generator from time to time. You're also not doing stuff. It doesn't have an oxygen tank, so it might only burn it as we need it. Where's my medical building now? A survival building. Where? Oh, I blocked you in. That's not good. We could fix that. But detach that, is it going to be a problem? No, it should be fine. So this block needs to go. What did I do here? So I've got I've got my construct. There's my survival unit. So I blocked in my survival unit's the problem. Let's fix that real fast. Which is going to be a whole problem because they probably don't have enough storage with it. So small tube. We could probably go to... Alright. Okay, so we can go to our inventory, keep it just regular stuff. We have the combat seat. Get all this over. Yeah, if it doesn't run without power storage, I'm okay with that. Like, that is a requirement. That would be fine. The game needs to notify you, be like, you don't have a power storage. You know, like, you're missing this important thing. That's fine. But right now, I'm less scratching my head going, I don't understand what the problem is. And there's no communication between me and the game that there is an expectation I am not meeting. Oh yeah, generally speaking, you'll find I almost never mod in any meaningful way. It's just not my preference in how I play. It's not that I never mod. If I do mod, it's just like very like quality of life stuff. Now granted, the UI color thing would be nice. And I could actually get on board with that. Oh, did the sun move? So you're offline now. Alright, let's get ourselves out into the sun. You need one more panel to run it all? Because it used to be when you were low on power, it just ran slowly. Well, this is like ridiculously low. Alright, so I'm pro charge. It doesn't change the game. It makes it easier to identify things. Yeah. No, I gotcha. That was the whole reason I was like, wait a second, actually that wouldn't be that big a deal. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to our power stuff. And I'm going to group. Thrusters, save. Thrusters off. Gyroscope off. Basic assembler off. You were your power gen right then? Oh, that's because I was running a thruster. It's a 100. But yeah, like no, it should be set up because it used to not take that much power for that, and even then, like I said, what would normally happen is it runs slower. Yeah, it's just when I'm running the thrusters that it has a problem, which makes sense. I've got a bunch of thrusters. I hit the wrong button. I took my helmet off. Let me out of the cockpit. Why can I not control anything? Thank you. There we go. Yeah, no, I was hitting J. For some reason, it wasn't letting me put the helmet back on while in the ship. I don't know why. Alright, so thrusters, turn those back on. Their dampeners back on. Yeah, it's a little weird that I'm getting no feedback whatsoever about anything. Because I'm used to, even without a battery charge, having in the bottom right being you're having this amount of your power is in use kind of things. I'm not even getting that feedback, so I don't really understand what's happening. I can't get that online. Because I need the cobalt. Yeah, we're not even talking the big refinery. The big refinery is not built yet, because otherwise I can start working on a reactor. But I can try to start working on getting another solar panel up, but every bit of feedback the game is giving me right now isn't communicating that that's the problem. Because like I said, my expectation would be if I'm in here and I go to my basic refinery, it would say power efficiency. It'd either say 0% if I didn't have enough, or like 25% if it was running slowly, because that's what it used to do. And this implies to me everything is fine with the power. Yeah, I tried turning it off and on again, and it spiked for a second, but then it's not running. I'm just really confused about this whole situation. And it's not like some mod conflict. I'm running completely vanilla. And it's not that I have some ore it can't process or anything. So it might just be like I don't know what to do. Here, let's test something real fast. Let's save that, exit to main. Let's just reopen my old save file that we did on the planet, because that was fully functional. I want to see if it just keeps running with it being fully functional, or if like something just doesn't jive, that I'm missing some control or something. Can the survival kit crunch stone? Yeah, it could. Do you have a furnace? A refinery? I mean, all this seems to still be working. Now, granted, this has way more power than the other one. But I also have something like, you know, 5 or 6 full-size refineries in this and all that. Like, don't get me wrong, the solar power is way more, but I'm also running a ton of drills, so I don't think it's a solar power. And we do have batteries in this one. That is something we do have in this one, but at the moment the batteries appear to be empty. Alright, well. Yeah, no, we made that on stream previously. But see, those 3 100% refer to the modules attached, not the demand satisfaction. Okay, then I guess my next question would be, because like in the game, how do I identify if a module is being satisfied? Because I'm able to fly the ship around, move it with thrusters, and those usually were worse than a refinery for power. Your thrusters used to be the king of gobbling your power until you got big. Like, I can start working on another solar panel. Is those things I'm kind of going, the game needs to communicate. Where was that thing? There we go. And like, why are you offline? Like, now, that's not... Like, that to me would imply power. So no, I actually can't do anything with that.
Meteor storm inbound.
It's on the battery status? I don't have batteries. Like, you don't get batteries at the beginning of the game. Oh, how much power they bring in? Oh wait, I could go to...
Low health.
That's fine. So solar panels. Right now... Oh, it's saying they're only doing 2 kill... Do we... What? Okay, hang on. What? So solar panels, it says the max output is about 123 kilowatts. It's saying I'm only getting 2? Excuse me? Like, you're at 4 bars. You should be near maxed. The green dots used to be accurate. Like, I mean, that's fully exposed. All we did is we just turned it so the top is exposed versus the bottom. There's a turret control you can use later to directly orient them towards the sun. Yeah, but this has always worked. Nah, it still says 2 kilowatt hours. Or 2 kilowatts. Yet the max output is changing. No, I think the current output is what it's using. Like, this is how much power is available, and this is how much is in consumption. And I can't... Here's a way we can possibly test. Thrust backwards, override, turn on. I don't know if you're running or not. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so now it's using all of the available power. So that answers that question. So now it's going to drop back down once the inertial dampeners catch up. Yeah, so I gotta wait till that... Here, we can actually watch it. So yeah, so this is the maximum power available, and this is how much we're currently consuming. As we drop down to normal speed, that should drop back down to whatever the 2 kilowatts are. Yep, so just drop down because there's no more. So current output is what it's actively using. And so that's using 1 hour or whatever. The survival kit says it requires 15 kilowatt input. It's connected and everything, but then it's saying offline. Something is not right. And I don't know what. And I cannot make it happen. Like, and we're connected. This is attached to that. Like, sure, let's try something that should have no bearing on anything, but I could do it anyways. Let's just pretend that maybe they changed it so a block that is not in use, like not built, can't power. I doubt it, because it'd be a weird arbitrary change. Go to the panel of the survivor kit and make sure you don't have 2 grids stuck together. I mean, it shows up on 1 grid. We have the solar panels here. Like, something is just broken. Hey, Elevation, this is Space Engineers. Unfortunately, we're having some kind of finicky thing that's just not working the way the game's supposed to work, and I'm in a stuck state where we're gonna die because of it. And I've got hundreds of hours in this game, and you know, I'm genuinely sitting there like, I don't know what to do now. Because it's not a lack of power. We have power. That's not the problem. It's not 2 grids. We're on 1 grid. I mean, if it's 2 grids and I was flying around that bang against each other, we would have trashed our ship. So I genuinely don't know what to do. Well, I might just not play Space Engineers. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and save. It's time for us to switch games anyways. So, I might try off stream and just... Here, we'll try one last thing. Let me just exit the entire game completely and reboot it. That shouldn't do anything more than a save file would do anyways. Unfortunately, I don't know what to do about it. Like, very genuinely, I've never had that problem. Oh my god, it takes so long for it to stop running. But I've never had that issue before. Like, in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours, I've never had a ship where... Like, even when you sit there... Because I've had the ship where you have, like, the 1 solar panel, and the whole ship is trying to run off that 1 solar panel. And, you know, you hear the assembler doing that, like, do-do, do-do, do-do. Because it, you know, turns on, it runs out of power and turns back off. I've done that, and you will actually make progress on your assembly doing that. It's horrifically painful.
Your health is low.
So you got that back oriented perfectly to the sun. And let's check our systems. So like the assembler's not working, that's not surprising. It requires the materials from my basic refinery. And the basic refinery is just not doing anything. Is there some turn off production control that they added at some point? There's no why you can shut off your whole ship. And no why it turns it back on. which did not in a second. Maybe convert to a station panel. We could try that. That usually has side effects. Convert to a station. It's no longer a ship. It is now a space station. That all looks fine there. None of that's running. None of that's running. Convert to a ship. Same deal. So yeah, other than just honestly starting over, I don't know what to do. Something is not doing what's supposed to. Did you try to grind it down and rebuild it? Where's the refinery? So it is now disabled. It is re-enabled. Yeah, no, it's just bugged. Well, like I said, it's time for her to switch games anyway, so unfortunately that's a big letdown. I actually really enjoy Space Engineers. Like I said, I got over 600 hours in the game, and I've never had an issue like that, so I don't know what to say. For all of you checking this out over on YouTube, I'm going to have to restart the stream. They don't allow you to switch games category mid-stream, so I got to do that in you, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Sorry, the Space Engineers is a little bit of a disappointment. I don't know what's going on. If you've happened to figure it out, let me know. I also had the fact